Good afternoon, Miss Williamson. Can you hear me? As soon as we establish contact, I'll put her in the waiting.
Sure.
Good afternoon. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, you're in the right spot. This is Judge Middleton. You're a little early, just a few minutes. I'm going to put you in the waiting room while we wait for your lawyer to join us, okay?
Okay.
All right.
I'm just a little early. I have to get my daughter from school.
All right, well, early is better than late, so I'll see you here shortly.
Okay, thanks.
Might as well clear up my on-base in basket here while we wait.
Delete. Just kidding. Don't delete them. Sometimes I'm like, clear all. I'm all done.
Here we go. I'll turn the record on. Good afternoon, John.
Hello, Judge.
Good afternoon once again, Miss Williamson. This is
Hi.
Judge Middleton here at the court in Centerville. Also present is Deborah Davis from the prosecutor's office and your lawyer, Mr. John Bush. I will tell you that we're broadcasting live on YouTube, and this is on the Zoom platform, and it is being recorded. The allegation is that a long time ago, in August of 2019, almost 2 years ago, that you did maliciously destroy some property, which was a cell phone, that belonged to your ex-husband.
We were married.
All right. The amount of $200 or more, but less than $1,000. That is a misdemeanor, punishable by up to a year in jail and a fine of up to $1,000. Let me look at that again. That
They-
warrant issued,
The misdemeanor.
yes, it's a misdemeanor.
Yeah, they told me it.
The warrant issued way back in October of 2019. You didn't get arrested until December of 2020.
I never got arrested.
Oh, well, they've caught up with you. What'd you do, turn yourself in?
No, I hit a deer. I didn't even know about this. My husband at the time said he dropped the charges. So I didn't even know about this at all. And I hit a deer December 27th, 2019. And that's when the cop told me that I had a warrant out for my arrest. And I didn't know anything about it. So I paid the $250 bond that day instead of going to jail. And I had to call in from work because I totaled out my car from hitting the deer. That's how I found out.
Well, you should thank Sergeant Steers, because probably what he should have done is taken you into custody on this old warrant, but I guess they figured nobody got around to arresting you in 16 months. I commend him for just letting you post your bond.
I bought the cell phone. It was my daughter's phone. And I
All
broke it. And me and my husband were married.
Well, stop. Don't say anything anymore at this point. I'll certainly give you a chance to talk after we hear from your lawyer. As I understand it, Deborah, the offer is a plea to malicious destruction of property under $200?
Yes, but I think I want to talk to Attorney Bush.
I was hoping I could speak with Ms. Davis.
All right, so Ms. Williamson, your contention is you bought the phone, one, two, you and your husband were married at the time, and three, you thought he had dropped the charges.
Yes, we were married. We both bought the phone. She had that phone since she was 10 years old. And he tried to press charges on me. And I told the cop, like, we were married. This is my phone, too. And he's like, well, Jeremy did not tell me about that. So.
All right. Well, all right, just stay where you are. I'm going to put you in the waiting room again.
Okay.
And I'm going to let Mr. Bush and Ms. Davis discuss this in the breakout room. Let me open another one here. Breakdown room. All right, I'll be right here waiting further contact.
Thank you. Your Honor, could I go to a breakout room with Ashley, please?
Certainly, thank you. Let me bring her back. Let me close the breakout room. Ms. Williamson, I brought you back.
Okay.
And I'm gonna put you in a room where you can talk with Mr. Bush privately. They're called breakout rooms. It's a Zoom feature we use quite a bit. I'm not terribly adept at it, but I manage. Whenever I try to do more than one, I get into problems, but I can do one at a time. All right, I'm gonna assign you and Mr. Bush, and I'll wait while you guys discuss this further. All right. The next case, Udvardy, is not yours. And then the next case, Deontay Williams, is a special prosecutor case, and we hadn't heard any more about it. I asked Paul to log in.
Yeah, I'm not sure if anybody's been assigned yet or not.
We hadn't heard anything, but this is a DV case from last June. I hate to see it languish, but I don't think we have a special prosecutor. Okay, let me close that and bring her back. If the party doesn't come back in, it takes me 60 seconds to close the room, so.
Maybe I did give her clear instructions on how to exit the breakout room. I'm sorry, Your Honor.
Well, it's easier when you're on a laptop or a desktop than it is when you're on a telephone. Here is the alleged Tim George. We'll bring him in. Good afternoon, Tim. Are you here on Udvardy as a prosecutor?
I am, Your Honor.
All right, well, we're waiting for Mr. Bush's client to come back in here, and we'll...
Can I go into a breakout room with John briefly?
Yeah, as soon as we finish this, then you guys can... I don't know where she went. Here she is. There she is. Good afternoon once again, Ms. Williamson. We're returning to the record in file 192449. The attorneys went into a breakout room, and then you and your attorney went into a breakout room. Mr. Bush, I'll defer to you. What's our status here?
Your Honor, if she pays $357.83 to restitution, and I believe she has a cash bond that would pay a good chunk of that, Ms. Davis's office would move to dismiss the charges.
Who's the restitution to?
It would be Mr. Williamson, if his first name is Jeremy, Jeremy.
Is that correct, Ms. Davis?
That's correct, Your Honor.
Ms. Williamson, you have a $250 bond. If I apply that bond, you would owe $108. I'm going to just round it up to $358 to your ex, and the matter would be dismissed without any criminal charge. You understand that?
Yes, sir.
All right, I'm gonna allow bond to be released to Jeremy Williamson. How long will it take you to pay $108?
I can pay it today if I had to.
All right, well,
How
I'll make
do
it,
I pay him?
I'm sorry?
How do I pay him?
Perhaps we'll have her pay it to the court, and then we'll just remit everything at once.
Okay, good.
Okay, 108 to 3B District Court. And then we will remit the bond. And that's by next Friday, April 9.
Okay.
And I believe the buildings, the courthouse is closed tomorrow, Ashley, so even if you can't like to drop it off on Good Friday. But probably the easiest way would be if you're in Centerville. I believe that with COVID though, you can go into the district court office and just deliver it. That might be the easiest way.
Okay. I can do it Monday.
Oh, that's fine.
That's fine, that's fine. We're closed tomorrow. All right. Defendant will pay 108. That and the bond will be remitted to the complaining witness. Prosecutor will dismiss. Ms. Williamson, are you still out on Bent Road?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. All right. As long as you pay it by next Friday, but as soon as you pay it, we'll inform the prosecutor. We'll use the bond money that you posted and that money, forward it to the complainant, and the prosecutor will dismiss the case with prejudice.
All right. I will pay it Monday.
Good luck, Ashley. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
All right, you're free to
Have a great
go.
day.
Thank you. John, Tim would like to talk to you privately in the breakout room.
Well, that's just fine.
Let me close the last one. Udvardy is set for 2:45. He does have a pending felony case.
He might have
I
this
didn't
transaction. I represent him on that, Your Honor.
All right, he's just checked in, so he's in the waiting room. Good afternoon, Mr. Udvardy. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
All right. Your lawyer is speaking separately with the prosecutor right now. We'll be back in a minute. I'm going to put you in the waiting room and ask you to take off your hat before I bring you back in. I'll see you in just a couple minutes. Good afternoon once again, Mr. Udvardy. We're going to call these cases, which is file 202688OT, which is open intoxicants in a motor vehicle, a speeding ticket, which is civil infraction number 201311003110I, and a disobeyed traffic control device 201311003111A. This all allegedly occurred on December the 7th. On that same day, the defendant was charged with fleeing and looting as a felony, carrying a concealed weapon, and 2 counts of resisting and obstructing a police officer. Those were charged under state statute, and these were charged under city ordinance for reasons that I don't quite understand. Mr. Reed didn't want to dismiss these, so they're set here on a last pretrial before jury. Mr. Reed's associate, Mr. Timothy George, is here for the city of Sturgis. Mr. Udvardy, you also got another speeding ticket on November 17th, which is unpaid, but that's a separate matter.
Yeah, I can pay that I can pay that tomorrow.
Well, tomorrow we're closed for Good Friday, but you need to pay it or you're going to get your license suspended, just a heads up. What's the status on this case, gentlemen? This is the tip of the dog on a bunch of more serious charges.
We would like to reset this in another month. Mr. Uvardi has status conference on April 15th on the felony charges and also a drunk driving charge, all emanating out of the same incident in the circuit court. I'm his legal counsel on those charges.
What's your position, Mr. George?
I agree with that, Your Honor. My understanding is that Mr. Reed is simply just waiting to see what, if any, adjudication is in circuit court, and then try to resolve these contemporaneous with that.
Mr. Udvardy, you're at work here today?
Yeah.
All right, very good. You haven't gotten any more trouble since all this went down. That's a good thing. I'm going to continue this. Does anybody have the circuit court number on that case? I've got the district court number before it was bound over.
Yes, I probably will, Your Honor. It is 21-23640FH.
Thank you, John.
I can repeat that again, 21
No, I think
Okay.
I'm going to continue this to an attorney pretrial date, which is already very busy, May 7th at 9 a.m. Mr. Udvardy, as I recall, you had a prelim in that case. They took testimony about everything that happened. This is part of the same transaction. Everything else was charged as a felony and under state statute. They must have been really mad at you because they wrote you a few more tickets under city ordinance. And they use the ordinance half of the tickets. Right now, it's very difficult to try a jury case in circuit court or any court because of the COVID circumstance. I'm going to continue this to May 7th, which is the first Friday in May at 9 a.m. and see if this can be worked out as part of a package agreement with the circuit court case.
Your Honor, can we confirm, Mr. Uvardi, is your address still 700 Portage Avenue in Three Rivers?
Yep.
Thank you.
All right, Stuart, don't get any more trouble till we sort this all out. Keep going to work every day, and I'll see you on May 7th.
Okay. Thank you.
That's all you have, isn't it, Tim?
I believe so, Your Honor.
Thank you for covering for Mr. Reed, who's out doing something we probably wish we were doing. Okay, it is spring break time.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right, thank you. John, does that finish yours?
No, we still have to address Clayton Whitcomb.
He's not set for a while yet. What are we going to do with that case?
If I could talk to Ms. Davis for a few moments.
All right, I'll put you in a breakout room. I've got somebody who's a phone number. I'll put you guys in the breakout room, then I'll bring that person in. It might be Mr. Williams. All right, I'll see you in a few minutes. Good afternoon. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
This is Judge Middleton. Who am I speaking with?
My name is Deontay Williams.
All right, Mr. Williams, I thought that was you. Let me give you a name. Do you have the ability to do video?
I told my lawyer earlier that my phone wasn't acting appropriately, so I wasn't able to do Zoom.
All right. All right, you're in the right spot. Let me give you a proper name. I'm going to put you in the waiting room, and your lawyer should be logging in any minute now. I'll bring you back, okay?
Okay,
Stay-
thank you.
Oh, boy. He's done. She's done. Laura, did we have any luck setting up that Polycom pretrial on Mr. Whittick's case? I've been sitting on that chair all afternoon and all morning. Oh. Mr. Gibson, thank you for logging in. Mr. Williams, can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
In this case, you're charged with domestic violence, 2 counts of child abuse in the 4th degree, and those are misdemeanors. You're also charged with 2 counts of assault and battery. This is alleged to have occurred last June of 2020. And because Mr. Marvin was involved in some aspect of this, he had to be disqualified as your attorney. Mr. Gibson was appointed. And now, because he was elected as county prosecutor, we have to get a special prosecuting attorney. As I understand, one has been requested. Mr. Gibson hasn't heard anything. The court hasn't heard anything, and the prosecutor's office hasn't heard anything. They go to the Attorney General's office, then the Attorney General assigns the cases to other nearby county prosecutors. In our county alone, we had about 40 cases, including murders and criminal sexual conduct and very serious felony cases that had to be reassigned. Not to mention all the other counties that had newly elected prosecutors who used to be defense attorneys. So I just wanted to check in with you. Paul, my thought is we would continue this till April 29th at 3:15. And hopefully we'll have a special prosecutor by then. Does that work for you?
Yes, that does.
Does that work for you, Mr. Williams?
I just had a quick question, if you don't mind. I wasn't aware of a second count of child abuse in the 4th degree.
No, there's one count of child abuse in the 4th and 2 assault and batteries. I misstated it.
Okay, and then another thing is, in reference to my bond conditions, I have a daughter, a newborn child who is involved in the case, and she turns 1 April 16th, and my bond conditions doesn't allow me to see her, and we were hoping that we could get those lifted or something so that I could at least be present for her birthday party or be able to see her.
I don't know the answer to that. You'll have, I don't have a prosecutor to take a position on it. So right now, if you can get that information to Mr. Gibson and we get a prosecutor, we can set it for a hearing. Otherwise, you're stuck in the position we're in. I don't know whether.
Yeah, that's what they said the last 2 court dates as well, because we've made the request twice already.
I don't like this either, Mr. Williams, frankly. It's now March. This allegedly occurred in June. You're entitled to have a resolution of your case. But once Mr. Marvin was, essentially, once he won the primary in April, August, it created all kinds of issues. And then he was formally elected in November, and then he was sworn to take office on January 1st. So they have to be very careful about any involvement or there's an ethical violation. So
I completely
apologize.
understand.
If we get a prosecutor earlier, Mr. Gibson can petition for a hearing and I'll hold it. All right. Are you still at the same address?
Yeah, I live at my address, my father's house, Raymond Hunter, 52683 Boone Road.
I know Raymond Hunter for 40 years. I didn't realize that was your dad.
Well, I was adopted by Ed Williams.
Oh, Cole, you're Ed's son? Yeah, I guess I did know you when you were a kid. But Raymond's your dad?
Say again?
Raymond is your dad?
That's my biological father, and due to my bond conditions, that's the address I'm located at.
All right. Well, all right, learn something every day. All right. I wish I had a better answer for you, but we're continued until April 29th. If we get a prosecutor in the meantime, Mr. Gibson can file a petition to review the bond condition, but I'm reluctant to do anything without prosecutor input and the local prosecutor. So, Mr. Williams, thank you for logging in.
No problem. I just wanted to say, can we keep in mind that the other individuals involved in the case have also called in written letters to request that it be dismissed due to the difficulties it's caused in our lives?
All right, well, that's certainly appropriate. The problem is we need a prosecutor to review it and make a decision.
Okay.
And the St. Joseph County prosecutor can't do it. So I understand why you're frustrated. There's enough to go around, but probably more is visited on you than anyone else, but we're all stuck. All right. They've got the information. They just have to share it with whoever gets appointed. All right, you're free to go. Mr. Gibson, thank you for coming in. April 29th at 3:15. I'll hear anything earlier if you find out anything before that. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Yana.
All right, that leaves Clayton Whitcomb, who isn't set until 3:15. And I guess we'll wait. Anything else we can do in the meantime?
I think that covers everything right now.
Okay, that's your last case, John. We've got several retained counsel. Debbie, are you going to do the Whittick case, or is Casey going to do that one?
I think that Casey is, but I will check with him real quick.
Well, he had done that whole hearing.
Yeah.
And he's real up to speed on it. It doesn't matter to me either way. I just thought he would be interested in doing that. They're going to have him dial in from the Kalamazoo County Jail.
Oh, okay.
Your Honor, have they replaced Jeremy Von Eitzen yet?
Not to my knowledge, as of yesterday. I'm not even sure if there are any candidates that have risen to the top. I don't even really know. The judges had to be taken out of that process. Once upon a time, we would have been involved in it, but the Michigan Indigent Defense rules require that the judges not have control over who's the head of the indigent defense. So the county administration is dealing with it, and our position was we wanted to try to fill it with someone we thought was good. Rather than just fill it, we asked that they got a good candidate, but Judge Tomlinson may have a little more input as the chief judge. But no, to my knowledge, they have not.
Somebody told me they hoped to fill it by April 1st. That was the only reason I was asking.
Well, I think they did, but we've had so much turnover here this 2021. We had Tom's retirement yesterday, Vilma's retirement the day before that. Bill Thistlewaite's on Friday. Jeremy moves over one slot. Kevin moves over one slot. As you know, we had 4 new people in our office. There's just a lot going on. Several new people in the prosecutor's office.
So you say you're the senior person in the St. Joe County Courthouse now?
I have been for some time, but I'm not the senior person in St. Joseph County. Dennis Brandenburg's got time and rank ahead of me. He went from the Sheriff's Department directly to 911 Director. So I was telling everybody I was the longest serving county employee, but he's ahead of me. And I'm not the oldest one either. There's only one person here that's older than me, which is no reason no one gets any of my jokes.
That makes me feel pretty old because we're the same age, Your Honor.
Well, and you get them. All right, I'll put you guys in the waiting room, and if and when Mr. Whitcomb shows up, I'll bring you back in.
I'm going to walk around my office and do a couple things for a moment, so I'll be.
All right, I'll make noise if he comes.
Thank you.
Thank you, Deborah. Well, it's snowing in Detroit, and the Tigers are up 3-0. Maggie hit a home run. afternoon. This is Judge Middleton calling for Clayton Whitcomb.
This is.
Mr. Whitcomb, you're supposed to be here in court at 3:15.
That's it over Zoom.
Yeah, it is over Zoom. I'm waiting for you to log in.
I'm in. I am logged in.
You might be logged in.
Hold on. I'm going to give you the number I have. Is it 445-049-8188?
No, that's Judge Patterson's room.
Oh, shit. I'm sorry. But I'm waiting on Patterson's room. I'm sorry.
All right, well, do you have my number?
Hold on. I'm going to write it down right now. I'm sorry. All right.
Give me a second here.